have directed, I think we would have rewritten perhaps the invasion of the cosmos by the galaxy. It would have been a $500 billion film with a new end. No, I'm kidding. But I mean, we would have rewritten something. I don't know what. But obviously not what he did. In his defense, he had to do because contractually he had to do the script the way it was written.
Wasn't it originally supposed to be a cliffhanger ending?
Yes, and if in this case, because it happened, we wouldn't have missed the dates. It was supposed to end up on the cliffhanger, and then it made sense because the love story wasn't developed. So then he would have had the conversation with the father in the second film. But we wouldn't have had the gentle voice in the first film. She would have died in the second film. So it was pretty logical. I would say common sense.
I have a question. For somebody like yourself that was putting money into this film, were you passionate about Superman?
I wasn't. The bankers were.
Well, I mean, obviously going through hurdles with Warner Brothers, having all this stuff, that somebody can just invest money into something that is not passionate. I'm asking, you weren't compassionate about, being a Superman fan like other fans were? Was that something that was a thought in your mind?
Oh no, I always loved Superman as a kid. I was raised in Europe, but I spent a year when I was 7 in New York, and I picked up English, and I picked up however strange my English is. I did pick it up, and I read Superman. But it's straight there somewhere.
Brainiac supposed to be in the third movie?
Yes. You're touching a painful sore here, but yes, the third movie was Brainiac, Mixon Fiddlick, who was around here somewhere. I don't know if he's here today. Who played in Superboy. He played Michael Pollock, played the little kid from the other dimension. He's not in this thing, but I mean he was here yesterday. And it was going to be Brainiac, Mixon Fiddlick, and we were going to introduce Supergirl in it. So it was a very different story and much more cosmic and sci-fi and much bigger. But then somebody somewhere saw Pryor on Johnny Carson show, and he did a whole, I want to be Superman and this and that, and then I want to be in the Superman movie, and everybody went crazy, and then finally the remains of Brainiac were a little bit that robot. I know, and the fight between the good and the bad Superman, that wasn't the first treatment, was that? Yeah. That was a case of people getting excited, by contamination, because he was the biggest star then prior.
Since you did the Superboy TV show, on the Smolinski TV show?
I think it's very good. I mean, the Willie Shore suit one day, I don't know. But for what it is, I mean, it's done, I think it's a very good show. Very well done, and, well, obviously the effects too are, they don't have they do have some effects, but when we did Superboy, which was in '88, of course, leaps and bounds again, television effects, which are the same on the movie effects, CGI, but they make anybody fly. Make the whole room fly.
Do you think we'll see the last 2 seasons release of Superboy?
Well, I mean, I hope, I don't like the word hope. Hope is like, I hope. Practically, yes. I think we should see them, absolutely. We must see them.
What are your feelings about the series? I mean, when you look back, do you regret any storylines not wrapping up the series?
No, I regret the 5, 6, 7 first episodes were really not totally in there, and I had never done television, so it was kind of a new media, and how to make it work, and then we went to television because those stories were little crooks and guns and things, and that's not what Superboy or Superman or Supergirl, it's got to be big stuff.
Was Gerard Christopher ever considered for like your Superman Reborn script?
There were talks about that, but frankly, I did have lunch with Christopher Reeve in '91, and he was in great shape, and he was very, very seriously considering doing Superman Reborn, then both of them Reborn. And Gerard wasn't, possible involved, but we never, I think, went to that idea of making a Superboy film. Perhaps somebody mentioned it, it didn't go very well.
There are a lot of stories about Marlon Brando being a big practical joker. What's your favorite Brando on the set story?
Well, on set, he was, in our case, he was very, very nice and very professional and always perfect. The joke, if you want to call it a joke, I call it almost a heart attack for me, is when we first had to meet him to discuss the costume that he was going to wear on Krypton, and we, first of all, were going to have a meeting 2 days after. We were in London already preparing the movie, and this was with Big Donna and all that, and as I said, Brando was already hired, and we had the costume sketches and all that that we approved. And he, well, instead of seeing us the second day, it lasted about 3 weeks. No, he's in Tahiti, or no, he is with the Indians, no, he's doing this, and this was his secretary. It was very nice, and we're here from London. We have to see him. It's important. I mean, you've got to see the costume, and after about almost 3 weeks of that, I was getting completely catatonic because my father was screaming at me on the phone every day. What are you doing there? When are you seeing Brando and the hotel? The thing was happening, and he wasn't seeing us. And then at one moment, I had a secretary who comes running and says, "Oh, Ilya, Marlon Brando's on the phone." I said, "Yeah, Marlon Brando's on the phone," and and I'm I don't know, Wizard of Oz, whatever. And no, it's him. Okay, I told wow. So I worked with some big stars, but Marlon Brando on the phone, I got all nervous. Yes, what? Meaning it's me, okay? So, of course, yes, absolutely. So we all went to his house. Big Donna, the director, and Tom Mankiewicz, who was one of the consultant writers on the film, very important. And we arrived there and looked at a very nice house, very, very elegant, very, very well organized. I was, for some reason, expecting something like Apocalypse Now, but it was very, very neat, and she made us come in from the door. I mean, then from the front. I mean, like we're coming from there, right? And we didn't look what was behind us. Sofa, we all sat down and waited, and the meeting was at 3, and 3:10, 3:20, 3:30, 4:45. Everybody starts to get a little nervous, and I get especially nervous. It's happening, they're coming, why we're here, I mean, costumes.